Hello, friends and fellow monkeyology enthusiasts. Very exciting. Welcome to our 30th episode of GloKidd's Adventures and our first episode of our Secret of Monkey Island playthrough. Definitely really been looking forward to this. Also, we were recently mentioned in another creator's video, Noir Reservoir, had asked if anybody want to submit some clips. I put one in reference to some feelings towards monkey combat, which, oh my god, not looking forward to that part when we get there in the playthroughs, but okay. Um, anyways, so there's a little bit as well from the beginning of this playthrough video with an infographic and a story about that I'm going to throw in at the end of the video, just because is that people are clicking to see a playthrough, and see some more of the banter if you want to afterwards. If you've enjoyed your banter, please stick around. There'll be something before the credits, but after the playthrough. Anyway, so we're gonna jump right in. We are playing The Secret of Monkey Island EGA. That's the 16 color version, and let's get right to it. Thanks for joining us. Let's check it out. So we're gonna be playing 16 color. Yes, well, yeah, it's gonna be maybe after all this, I'll go back and do it in DOSBox. Although the DOSBox has that orange theme too now, man. It's like, what the heck? It's just a splash screen at least, you know. But because we're playing 16 color version, and in this version in particular never had its copy protection, yeah, totally, absolutely. And I guess it's really just a blue save menu and red in like the catacombs and stuff. Um, all right, so let's go ahead and fire it up. It's 12:59, but whatever, we're close enough. I am looking forward to this. We're doing the as you can see from that little pop-up, we're hey Fanatic, thanks for joining us as well. We are using the MT32 audio, and because the copy protection was never circumvented in the EGA version, we will have to use a dial pirate to get in. Thankfully, I have quite a few. So, but always fun to crack a box, crinkle some paper. That was not anything related to the box, thankfully. That is not good for them. All right, so we got Cannibal Head and Cut Face Guy, who I think because on the Dial-Up Pirate you'll see that Cut Face Guy is definitely a ghost, and I do believe that's one of the ghosts that we interact with when we return to Melee Island. I used to sit here and look at the wheel and just try to figure out who all everybody was, and a lot of it's straightforward, but there are some that isn't. Let's see, so we want Cannibal Guy. Cannibal Guy does not have green hair on the wheel. That is worth mentioning. Indeed. The blonde pirate with the fuck. Absolutely. And I always chalk that up because, yeah, Carla's not effectively represented, but Carla also doesn't have the sword, also doesn't have an eye patch. The only one really who does would be Smirk, so maybe that is from Prototype Smirk slash Swordmaster when they are essentially the same character. So when was this pirate hanged in St. Kitts? Right, so Ghostface bottom, Cannibal Face top, St. Kitts, that would be 1704 on our code wheel. Years of retail has trained me to use my numerical pad for any number input, especially if it's 4 digits. I can't remember if I went off about them closing that store. I will try not to. It does make me feel silly because I was just defending them as an employer on Twitter. And then they literally hit my location. Like, I wasn't working for them at the time. I'm not out anything I had actually walked away from it on my own terms a while back, so I ended in a good place. Before I continue on my silly tangent, is the audio good at the moment now that we got the intro playing quite well? Seems an opportune moment to see. Awesome, perfect. We are miles ahead of the intro of our Loom playthrough then, because yeah, my audio was bad at the beginning, and it's gonna be hard to use some of that footage. But no, I just mostly do rebroadcasts anyway. I cut these up and throw them on YouTube and sort of build some content that way, and then go through replaying them on a bunch. I tried doing some footage gathering on my phone because I got like a Note 10 Plus or whatever, and it's a good interface for playing what's going to be on if you're using a screen recording app. But then you get the little weird pop-ups. I'd have to crop all the video. It'd be weird. So, I don't know. My name's Guybrush Threepwood. I want to be a pirate. Now, I genuinely wish that Logic Deluxe would go back and come up with a way to put the voice into this. Like, Ultimate Talkie's 16-color version, and I understand the main barrier there is a difference in container and certain addresses that would have to be changed, but it's not impossible. If somebody could unpack the LFL files and then repack it into a monkey.001 or whatever, then I mean it should be, at least in theory, possible to apply it the same way. I always just assumed it was somebody who would be looking at the feet or the ground a lot. Unassuming characters sort of thing. But no, that's probably more accurate to it. Oh, that gorgeous EGA sunset. Recently on Twitter, I mentioned to Mark Ferrari how many years, because so my history with this, and look at that beautiful talk bar. And cool, it's up high enough in this that our chat shouldn't be too obstructed. Perfect. Okay, so let's start with the basics. And here we have the first occurrence of the auto highlight and right click to use a default action. And God, does that become my primary button to use in the middle? If there's only one candidate, there's only one choice. Like here. Why have to go all the way over here and press open and then go to the door when you can just do that? Right click and it's done. I do have it in mixed ad lib and MIDI mode, so we do have some sound effects as well. So when I do a DOSBox playthrough, I will also make sure that my proper MT32 is hooked up, so we're not relying on emulation and the stutters that come from that as well. That I could believe. Also, like, I always had some in my head story about these guys. Like, nothing straight. It just seems like there's more to it. Anyway, let's talk to Manco. Ahoy there, stranger. New in town. My name's Guybrush Threepwood, and I'm new in town. That is not Guybrush Threepwood. Wow. That's the stupidest name I've ever heard. And then his name is the exact same thing. I don't know. I kind of like Guybrush. It's not even. He just goes hard on it too. Well, what's your name then, guy? My name's Mancomb Seafood. So what's up? How can I help you? Like, Mancomb's depiction gets progressively more hard-edged in each one too. Like, yeah, this, and then he seems sort of more of a jolly-esque pirate. And then in the VGA remake, which I think it's amazing that those are Ian McKeg drawings, and that it took this long for us to know. Although I suspect maybe AT&T knew for quite some time. But wow, Ian McKeg? Like the guy who they get to like come up with all their Star Wars concept art. That's huge. I figured. I definitely figured. And maybe I had even learned it at some point previously, but the gravity of what McKeg had done hadn't really set in. But then, so in his next in the McKeg depiction, he's a bit gruffer, and then in the SE depiction, he's all hard angles, and now I wanted to also at some point ask you guys where we should go with Monkey Island 2 afterwards. So anyways, I want to be a pirate. We should continue Guiverish's journey as well, but at the same time, because I remember on the Discord recently that we were trying to have we were trying to figure out if anybody had the commentary tracks for any of the special editions or remasters in any of their playthroughs, and I can't remember which game it was, and in the odd chance it was Monkey Island 2, I was like, well, we don't have a super obscure version of that to play. There's the FM Towns version, which I don't legitimately have anymore, at least at this point, to use for that. And really the big difference there is just like in the sprites. So like in the inventory sprites of that, I do happen to have one of the experts in the differences in titles currently in the chat, and that would be ATM Machine. So, is there any other obscure one? I don't think I own it, but at least maybe we could add value to it by using the commentary from the special edition. I don't know. Otherwise, we'll just play a vanilla Monkey Island 2. They're all pretty much the same at that point, and that it does that a lot moving forward. And Scum games from that point. There's a fish in the woodship swap? What? Oh. But no, I'm used. That's a trade-off. I don't think I've bothered playing that to see that. I am intrigued. And the fact that it exists in any version that's currently out that's not like just one homogenized sort of thing. I need those close-ups of Guybrush and LeChuck. Anyways, super tangenty. I like to introduce myself. I love that they got like Danny Trejo, or at least somebody who does a wonderful Danny Trejo for this guy's voice. That was great casting. Why, pirates, welcome at the governor's house. Esteban. He fell for her in a great way, but she told him to drop dead. So he did. Things really got ugly. What's so scary about this LeChuck guy anyway? I mean, he was a fearsome pirate. Note the was. He tried to impress the governor by sailing off to find the secret of Monkey Island, but a mysterious storm came up, sank his ship, and wow, the text is going a little bit fast. I do enjoy occasionally voicing things as it goes, so for it to burn through before I can do my thing, that's and I don't want to deliver each line like a quippy urban. The subtitle speed meter. Yeah, it's the scale seems is lower is faster, higher is. What is the secret? Oh my god! Just because that's how everything's become there too. Like Ron will be at a thing talking about his latest game or whatever. So what's the secret of Monkey Island? No, could be not there. Yeah, it seems like lower is faster and higher is slower, and it seems very unintuitive. I do hate taking digs at the implementation at the moment, because I did, spend a long period of my life just providing volunteer support and existing in the Scumvium area. And where's the dartboard? It's a horrible accident. Terrible, horrible accident. Yeah. Yeah, they've spread themselves very, very, very thin, and I'm not saying that as whatever. I have no direct connection to them anymore, other than the fact that I'm on their Discord server and I still happen to have a wiki page, apparently. I appreciate what they do because I like playing it on my phone, but I guess I always hated getting DOSBox running on my phone, though. You know what? What happened to your eye? That's an awfully personal question. I mean, with the dialogue, there's no wonder that myth about, the whole thing being a child's visit to a amusement park, why that gained so much steam for so long until it was shut down by the authors. But I mean, even then they wouldn't want you to know. But it's everything. It's all, oh, my contact lens, right? Oh, there's a friggin' vending machine, and it's just the style. But it really backed that theory. It was hard not to put some weight to it, at least. And of course, we have to ask him about Loom. See, for me, I always heard Cobb in my head as a much more gruff voice than what they chose in the SEs and whatnot. Like, the oi, I think real rough, but that's me. Nice hat. And he's just got a grumpy look. Aye. Then you ask him about Loom and he perks right up. And that's one thing I will say on the SE as well. The EGA version has unused graphics at the start of that button. Sophisticated scar, beautiful graphics. But I guess him having the higher voice does help this part of the joke click better. Probably why they made that choice. Also, I mean, they had gotten some pretty impressive voice talent that didn't get heralded as much as it. I mean, Rob Paulson was what most people hung on there, and that's a huge thing. Totally, if you're familiar with Paulson's, and I'm saying if you are familiar with Paulson's body of work. Jeez, what an obvious sales pitch. And so now I have played the Ultimate Talkie editions, right? And apparently you can switch between dog versions, and it has like the scan of the EGA from the box or something, but only in the DOS box version. So now I'm really wishing that, like, if I go back and do an Ultimate Talkie playthrough, then I'll definitely do the DOS box version so I can finally see that beautiful spiffy image. Let's do the crazy thing and talk to this dog. Woof. A roof roof. Woof woof arf woof. Waroof Mele Island. A woof woof. LeChuck. How are we effectively having a conversation with the dog? Thankfully, it can actually Like, this dog is invested in this story too. 100%. Sniff, sniff. now to some important-looking pirates. What you be wanted, boy? I mean to kill you all. Get lost, boy, you bothers. Am I the only person who, like, compulsively has to say that every single time? I feel I'm not. Ah. Interesting. I have never noticed that before. And they're animated in the... Oh, cut for space. Okay. But they're animated in, like, EGA moving forward and stuff like that. Yeah. Why does Chinstrap get to talk first all the time? What the heck? I mean, Bluecoat has put so much work into his beard. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Very cool. There's so much from that source code stream that I hope one day gets put out, even if it's in a situation like under a license where it's just under the you can just use it as like read only or whatever sort of thing, or to output. But I do hope. Okay, all these cool. The rolling demo itself is such a the Passport to Adventure demo. That one is an experience all itself. Like, I'm sure there are people who have played Monkey Island like thousands of times in their life who haven't touched that demo once and don't realize that it's almost like a complete, like it's all built out of the early assets and whatnot. And the quest. The what? Like, treasure hunting. The quest. He's trying so hard to not just say it's stealing. Wait, no, that's thievery. There's already a... Swordplay, thievery, and treasure huntery. Then return with proof that you've done it. And then you must drink grog with us. Alright. Tell me about mastering the sword. See, and as I said before, I have to take myself off my beaten path here because I've played this through so many times that a lot of it would just be like automatic. I'm trying to get the full experience, not just like my speed run, so to speak, right? Like ha ha ha. Imagine trying to take on the Swordmaster without any training. Apparently, all three of the important sounding pirates sound exactly the same, because I did not change the voice at all. Tell me more about mastering the art of thievery. But no, I want to walk down that completely unnecessary room right before that would have existed right before the cannibal village. I understand how it doesn't make sense in the context they have all the cannibals into, but I still want to play in that room. I can't just look. I want to poke. I have to poke. They're particularly vicious breed. You might be able to drug them or something. Tell me more about treasure. And I just imagine Tim Schafer sitting there writing yards and yards and yards of fucking dialogue for this constantly and just slipping through whatever he can. Like, what we've heard of what the original game was going to be was a lot more of a... And Dave, absolutely. I give Tim a lot of the credit, but yeah, they're the guys that added the humor, I do believe. Ron's involved and eventually got into it, I think. But I think it was Tim and Dave that sort of pushed him. Because at first it seemed like what he wanted was a much more serious story. You know, with like high seas combat and stuff like that too. Probably. Probably. To be a pirate. And it's complete headcanon, but to me, Dave Grossman is Bernard. That's just my brain. To be fair, like, he doesn't come across that way, and it's never been stated ever. Like, Ron has said that Bernard is just the nerd in all of us, sort of thing. So it's no. There's only one person, and that was Wendy. That was directly inspired. I do believe Wendy. That was directly inspired by somebody, or it was. Anyways. Oh, and Dave is sort of Ron, because Ron sort of dressed that way. What's in this grog stuff anyway? Grog XD. Grog XD. Grog XD. That was a wonderful moment for Monkey Island fans all over the world when that news channel tried to say that kids were drinking grog and listed this off. Note for note, what's being said here is what kids are out there drinking these days and calling it Grog XD, which is just the emoji for, oh my god. Stuff eats right through these mugs and the cook is losing a fortune replacing them. Har, har, har. Yeah, I'll just be running along now. So, does anybody else use this handy little shortcut to get into this back room instead of waiting around for the cook to leave? I'm not sure if it's implemented here. First, of course, you open it and he says, hey! No, but this triggers another moment here that if you then go walk to the fireplace and look at fireplace, he will typically walk out within about 5 seconds of it. Or so. Pick up pot. Meat. Sometimes it can be really annoying too if he's been out and back a few times. He can take a while to come back out. So it was obviously something they put in for play testing and whatnot. Back at release, they're like, listen guys, we're tired of doing this. Can you give me something that just makes the cook come out, please? Oh no, this is where they. Oh, I gotta remember the old keybinds now. Is it you? No. Oh my god. Turn on, turn off. This is a pirate adventure. Okay. P for pick up. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. This is when they have started allowing for right click to shortcut. But if you're on pick up, you can not walk to. I did cancel it. That is one thing I'm surprised still exists in every user downloadable version of ScumVM, and you can see it because I have it set to the window itself, right? But if it was on desktop display, oh, here comes the first. Now I was torn on when I chose the music that I was going to use. When I chose MT32, I almost just stuck with the ad-lib because that was how I played it originally. That's the tune in my head. But this is the MT32 rendition is so beautiful, so beautiful. Sir, I loved Rob Paulson as Bob. Was not how I imagined his voice in my head at all, but it worked great, and the links to so many of my favorites, yeah, I definitely should. The Amiga versions I got a bit more time into. I do have them. I have Monkey Island 2 for Amiga, I have it for Monkey Island 1 as well, and then I even have an Amiga Classic Adventures collection as well, which is essentially the Classic Adventures collection, but it's the Amiga version of it, and it has on the back, the ratings from this Amiga magazine or whatever. Yeah, Classics Collect. It was sold for £27.99, and 99 pence. I don't know. At GameSmart at some point in time. Oh, totally. And I've been working on setting up more emulators so I can run on native emulation hardware. I don't know, that's the wrong term, but absolutely. I have run the Amiga version in Scumbium, and in fact, I do know that I've played it at least once. I have this habit is if there's a slightly different way to play this game that comes up. Oh wow! All right, so we're gonna cut playthrough for there at that point today, and then in a second here I'm gonna throw up, as I said at the beginning of the video, there's some stuff that I moved from which was originally at the beginning of the stream, and now we're gonna go ahead and throw it here in a few. And it's just it was a fun moment as a fan. I Anytime I get like a retweet or a comment or anything from any of the people who worked at LucasArts, specifically as well anybody who worked on Monkey Island, or like I've said in previous videos, David Fox really had been very supportive. I stopped tagging them and everything because I started feeling like I didn't want to risk like bugging them. But anyways, this is I had some fun with the infographic. It's also the thumbnail to this video, and this is just me sort of talking about why I made such a silly thing. Anyways, thank you very much for watching us today. If you've enjoyed the video, be sure to click like and subscribe. And if you really like the stuff, maybe even hit the bell. And if you've come from Noir Reservoir's Escape from Monkey Island review retrospective sort of thing, thank you very much for making it this far, and I hope you've enjoyed as well. We do a lot of playthroughs here, and you know, I try to upload something every couple of weeks at least, and then I tend to upload as a big dump. So anyways, thanks for watching, have a great day, and we'll see you on the next playthrough. Cheers. All right, hi guys. Thank you for joining us today. As you can see, that's my fancy little infographic. I made it. I like it. Guybrush is looking at a tweet that I made talking about starting the stream, and Dave Grossman pops on, and because I announced playing the 16 color version, and Dave Grossman pops on and says, EGA is the only GA. Fight me. And it was just wonderful, so I thought I'd share that. And Tim Schafer continues it by saying CGA is true, and then in brackets, Lee Ugly. I have a feeling anybody who's watching now might have seen it anyway. Anyways, welcome friends and fellow monkeyologists. Hey, TM Machine, thank you again for joining me. I'm looking forward to this today. Really excited about it. And I'm really glad that you're able to come on. Sorry for the change up in time. It seems like it'll work better and less likely to have as many interruptions halfway through and whatnot, and gives us more chance. Absolutely, and I look forward to just us talking about it as we play as well, because yeah, I love the wealth of information that you have about this. It's awesome, and yeah, just chatting's a lot of fun too. Let's actually get off my infographic here. I don't know if you can actually hear me. That's just a little fun thing. That was fun to make. I enjoyed it. And the replies were fun as well. I really like that.